Pete's Pigskin Previews spotlighting 80 area high schools from 6-man to 6A as we get ready for the high school football season. Pete's Pigskin Previews are brought to you by Wayland Baptist University and Raider Pump and Supply. All right, Coach, first talk about coming out and taking over here in Meadow.
Yeah, it's been great. It's a great community, a supportive community, a community that really is super involved in their school, super involved in their athletics, and in these small towns, these schools are kind of the only thing they have, and so the community really rallies around. So it's really been a great experience to get here and get started early and get things rolling.
Well, when you look out on the field, what are the Meadow Broncos going to look like?
Well, we'll be young. I think out of my team, from the 12 or so, we'll probably have 12 to 15 kids. Out of that 12 to 15, there's going to be 5 that are freshmen, and those freshmen, there's some of those freshmen that we're going to expect to step up into a big-time role right off the bat, and maybe even start in positions. And so, I expect us to be young, and I expect, the early part of the season to be some of those inexperienced growing pains, but I expect our group to be a group that's dedicated and a group that really enjoys being around each other. And so I think that's something that's going to be a plus for us, a group of kids that's kind of been playing together for a while now.
What do you talk about your non-district schedule?
Well, non-district is, it's pretty tough just being where we're at. We opened up the season at Baird, and, they've been competitive ever since they've dropped down to 6-man. And then week 2, we get Coach Ritchie in Borden County, and, everyone knows what they're about, and, he does a great job out there. And then we've got Petersburg's on the schedule, and, they had a great year last year, and, Coach Brewington's done a great job out there since he's been there. Got Buena Vista, and last year I think they went 2 rounds deep, and had 4 freshmen starting. So I expect them to be better than they were last year, and they were pretty good. We have Paducah, who just won a track state championship. So I imagine they'll be ready to go, and they'll be fast, and Coach will have them ready to go. So our preseason schedule's tough, but it's a schedule that I hope will get us prepared for district. Because it doesn't get any easier once we get there.
And give me your assessment of district.
Well, district, we get Whiteface, Coach Lindman, nobody's a state champion by not being a great coach, and he does a great job out there, and they went a few rounds deep last year, and we expect them to be every bit as good this year. So I think they're kind of the front runner in the district. We have O'Donnell. Coached by Asa, he does a great job out there, and they're kind of the other team that everybody's chasing. And so you got those two, and then Wellman Union. Wellman Union, the team that's kind of been average, but they hired Coach York out there, and he's been around and been successful, and so I expect them to be better than they were. So all in all, I think our district has incredible coaches. Coaches with a lot of experience, a lot of wins. So I don't expect any week to be easy or any week to just be a walkthrough. I think every week's going to be tough, and our kids better be ready to play.
And since you're new in the community, I assume you've seen the best of the community. I bet you everybody's come up to you, tried to help you, and just talk about this community. Yeah,
well, just kind of like I started with, it's just a community that really rallies around their school, around their kids. If you've been to Meadow, we don't have a convenience store, we don't have a grocery store, anything like that. We have the school and the cotton gin, and that's kind of it, and the community really revolves around those things. When I first got here in the spring, we had a tragedy with a student, and I really got to see really how the community rallies around one another, and just the best thing about a small community. So it's a community that I'm extremely proud to be a part of, and we're just excited to be here.
And then talk about the goals this year for the Broncos.
Well, our goals, I think it's like anybody else. We want to win each week, win each day. And, at the end of the season, our end plan is to get in the playoffs. It's been a long time since the Meadow Broncos have put a gold ball in a trophy case. And, that's the ultimate goal. But we start out with day by day and week by week and trying to get those small victories, and then, try to get those off the field intangibles, because I think that's what really relates to winning. So, I would say first, win today, win the week. instill those intangibles, and then hopefully those things, you get a gold ball out of that.